Tokyo, Japan. My name is Gary Verheller, and I'll be your host for what we call the Substance of Living podcast. Today, we'll look at what we call life's lessons. And I hope this will provide you with some insight, maybe even some inspiration to life's challenges. Hello, and welcome to episode 76, Work-Life Balance, Time for Others, Part 2. I want to be very, very clear. Time for others does not mean no time for myself. If you go to the previous video, Work-Life Balance Part 1, Time for Myself, you'll realize just how important it is to make sure you have time for yourself. If you want to give your best, you have to be at your best. So that being said, let's talk about time for others. I benefit by seeing the world through other people's eyes, experiencing the world as they experience the world. It offers me fresh, new perspectives. It gives me new ideas and perhaps new solutions to what I'm dealing with. So working with others is really essential to my progress and my evolution. What does that mean? Listen and learn. And that to me is very, very important. All learning is learning how others deal with life. Sushi, for example, learning how people enjoy sushi, learning what the cuts are, but you learn it from other people. That's a very valuable life experience. Same with scuba diving. You have to learn from an instructor, and then you also learn from buddies that you go diving with, how they experience it, and that can enhance and enrich your experience and improve your skills. Same with skydiving or living in Japan or meeting new people. All of that can contribute to your own development and evolution, while at the same time you giving yourself to them. And that's an essential part of teamwork. There's two essential parts of teamwork. One is listen, the second is give. The first one, listen, means I can learn from every human that I meet, because every person sees the world different from me. So if I'm not learning, usually it means I'm not listening. The second duty is give. Give my opinion. Only I can give my opinion. We all share, all humans on this planet, our species shares 99.996% DNA. But it's that 0.004% that makes you unique. Only you can give your ideas. And what happens is 1 + 1 does not equal 2 in teamwork. 1 + 1 equals 3 or 4 or 5 or more. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have an idea and I have an idea. You give me your idea, I get a new idea. I give you mine, now you've got a new idea. We have 4 ideas to work with now. That's the beauty of teamwork. Scientists I work with are in different fields, and they're always talking, how would you do this? What do you think? Getting fresh eyes on what they're doing. So here's something else. You need to listen. If you value something, give it away. That sounds strange. If you value something, usually you want to hold on to it, but listen to it again. If you value something, give it away. That means if you value friendship, be a good friend. If you value honesty, be honest. If you value knowing a person, then truly focus on that person and listen to them and ask questions and see the world through their eyes. Listen, ask questions, see if you can understand their perspective, their point of view, how they approach life. And what will happen is you'll rethink and reevaluate and evolve and develop to your approaches and your solutions. I always turn to others when I have a problem or when I have a challenge to meet. One of the greatest pleasures for me, and again, this is time for others, one of the greatest pleasures for me is to do what we call in constructive living a secret service. Now, what does that mean? It doesn't mean like CIA or something like that. What a secret service is you do a service for somebody that you care for. For example, my wife. I will secretly shine her shoes, and hopefully she won't notice. If she does notice, that particular secret service has been exposed. I can't count that. I have to do another secret service. But the idea is I'm thinking of others, and I'm giving to others, and it's kind of fun. So if you value respect and recognition, show respect and recognize people's value. So another way to show respect and recognition is very, very simple. It costs you nothing. Thank you for. Let me say that again. Thank you for, and then be very specific. The more specific you are for the thank you, the more valuable that thank you will be. Thank you for taking the time to work with me today. Thank you for offering your ideas. Thank you for giving me honest feedback and asking me questions about what I meant so as to improve our communication and also to improve the solution. And I appreciate that. Thank you. That's a valuable thank you. Instead of somebody just saying, thank you. That's kind of useless. So here's another exercise that you can go through in order to have time for others as part of the work-life balance. It comes from constructive living. Actually, Nikon therapy, which is part of constructive living. There's 3 questions. 1, what have I received from others today? And if you think about it, reality supports us in countless ways. The shirt I'm wearing, for example, someone had to pull the cotton because this is a cotton shirt. Somebody had to make strands out of it and thread out of it. Somebody had to weave it. Somebody had to design it. Somebody had to cut the material and then create the shirt. And then they had to package it. And then they shipped it. And then they sold it to me. I benefit every time I wear this shirt. I benefit from all of those people's efforts. I benefit. So what have I received today? And when you think about it, reality will support you whether you're in a good mood or a bad mood, whether you have a good hair day or a bad hair day. It makes no difference. Reality supports you in countless ways. So what have I received from others today? What have I given to others today? And you can see what you've received is much greater than what you've given back. And the last one is, what trouble have I caused others today? Now, it doesn't mean you're a bad guy. It means that someone had to do something extra for you. Maybe, probably unintentionally, but nonetheless, they did it for you. You might have caused them extra work or extra concern. So, work-life balance, this is important. Work-life balance in taking time for others does not mean eliminating time for yourself. On the contrary, again, you have to be at your best and to give your best. You must be healthy and have good exercise and good sleep. And always be stimulated intellectually and working with people. Then when you work with people, you'll be able to give your best to them. So take time for others, learn from people. And if you listen, my guess is you'll really learn much more than you can imagine. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today for the Substance of Living podcast. If you'd be kind enough to consider subscribing, you can contact us through Spotify or Apple Podcasts or connect on Twitter. Join us again next time for what I hope will help you navigate life.